Where'd that fucking tortoise come from?
I've had it for 26 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Today of all days, he's just out walking around.
He's out all the time. You're just not here at the times that he's out. He gets up in the morning and walks around.
And then where does he go?
Sleeps. He goes to his caves.
In the backyard?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he just comes in here?
Yeah. You scared of him?
I'm not scared of him, I'm just nervous by him.
Dan is.
Dan's afraid of him? The asshole cat with the fucking cut off tail?
That's not my cat.
Whose cat is that?
It's a stray cat.
Fuck that cat, though. I should have kicked it.
No, you never do that.
Hate that cat. I'm like, move. He's like, no. He like wouldn't let me. I had to walk through the fucking rocks to get around him. It's a mean fucking cat. What's the dinosaur doing?
Take the last train I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30.
So Mario, Giannis doesn't want us back.
Doesn't?
No.
Why?
Why?
Because they said they didn't make enough money.
They shouldn't have given away free booze to everyone.
That was paid for. It wasn't free. That guy Sean paid for all that. And he put up all the money. That dude's a millionaire. He just wanted to have fun.
Okay.
And he owns that title loan store and stuff next door. And he owns the gold and silver place next door. He owns 6 other gold and silver locations. He's like a gold buyer. And, you know, he's young. He's like 34. And he's like, oh, we'll have some fun. And he got Yanni to let us use the place. And look, we didn't make enough money. I'm like, you have to understand how good of a turnout that was for day one.
Right.
Like, this, like over, way past best case scenario.
Yeah.
You know, like, and there was actual real audience members there that weren't comedians. It's like
Nice.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we were expecting more. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
So that's it? It was just a one-off?
Wasn't supposed to be.
Damn.
I don't know how much better it could have gotten for the first night.
So I'm proud to say that I'm the only person to have won
Yanni's.
Yanni's open mic. That's a bummer, dude.
That's a super bummer because I put a lot of money into that shit too. I had to buy that PA. I bought that, and I bought all the flyers and shit, and fucking.
You could have used our PA.
Yeah, but I was planning on it going, and then you know what I mean. Like if you're borrowing someone's shit, and you know what I mean, and they need it, you need, you know what I mean. So I just bought it. It's like it was like crazy.
Alright, gotta make a quick call my ladies up.
Yeah, so I'm super bummed out, man. What's up, buddy? Long time no see. I didn't know you were hungry like a fucking dinosaur in your house. Yeah. You just sit there wagging your tail and don't even tell me? You ever go for rides on the shelf? Oh. Are we on? Is that camera on now?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm fucking excited about the mic.
Yeah, they never want to give it a chance to get going. That's why I'm just over them at this time. Yeah, you should do it. I don't want it. What? Why? Because the market's so fucking saturated with them. She was mine.
Well, the plan now is to just buy the fucking restaurant.
Okay. 17. You know what I mean? Was way beyond compare. I saw her stand.
She looked at me, and I could see that before too long I fall around with her. She wouldn't ask with another when I saw her standing there. When I crossed that room, and I
So how'd you make it through the night? Good?
I slept. I went down at 3, did my 5 hours, got up at 7. Mario's gonna go down in a little bit. He's gonna take his little nap. We're 15 hours in. If you go to the website, we have the little counter graphics. We do screenshots because I have to submit all that. I have to have video, some video, and I have to have audio. So yeah, that's how they verify it.
So have you watched this Cobra Kai bullshit series?
I haven't because I don't have YouTube Red.
Fuck!
I heard it's good.
No!
It sucks.
It's got a weird premise.
But we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Spoiler alerts all day long.
Oh, yeah, that was a good set of music in there. We had the Monkees with Last Train to Clarksville. We had the Hollies in there with Bus Stop. And if that wasn't good enough for you, I don't know what I could do for you. Because we had Crystal Blue Persuasion in there as well. But hey, on this day in 1963, during a UK tour, the Beatles performed at the Royalty Theatre in Chester. The set list included Some Other Guy, Thank You Girl, Do You Want to Know a Secret, Please Please Me, You Really Got a Hold on Me, From Me to You, and that song right there, I Saw Her Standing There. On this day in 1963. Hey everybody, Mikey Slyman's here. Give it up for Mikey Slyman.
Good morning!
It's weird to be in here, right?
Dude, it's like it's a whole other situation, bro. If you got a guard cat outside, there's a felony feline guarding the walkway. There's a dinosaur blocking the door.
That neighborhood cat has been called Bob because he has no tail.
Because he's got the bobtail.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
I don't think so.
Dude, he was blocking the walkway. Wouldn't let me up.
Why? You just step over him.
Have you seen those YouTube videos where cats attack?
Well,
What if I got attacked by a cat
Look,
outside coming in for the hunter?
there's only one cool cat, and that's right there. His name's Hank Williams.
Well, that's a cool cat. I'm cool with that cat. You know what I mean? But that cat outside is a stranger.
No.
I think he has a switchblade.
He's been
That's what I'm
around a
saying.
while.
I don't like him. He's got a bad vibe.
And you're scared of my tortoise?
I'm not scared of the tortoise, but there should be a tortoise disclaimer.
Why?
Well, because he's big and he has those big talons on his feet. They look like
He will fuck you up.
he will fuck something up. He's a dinosaur.
He used to be a Ninja Turtle.
I believe
a
it.
teenage Ninja Turtle.
Now he's just an old man.
Now he's a 26-year-old Ninja
Ugh.
Turtle.
Dude, he's gross.
He's not
He's
gross.
hideous,
Why
bro.
is he gross?
He's fucking hideous.
Why
bro.
he's cute.
No, he's dude, and he walks. He's on the tile with those things. It's like Freddy Krueger,
I'm
bro.
gonna have you feed him.
Oh
I'm
God,
gonna have you feed him.
turtle stewing.
So we're 15 hours in.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff planned for today. So hopefully you can come back. Coming up, we've got hypnotist Kevin Lapine
Okay.
coming in around noon. We've got later on this evening, we got Brett Rigby, Steve Mitchell from Sin City Kiss.
Uh-huh.
And then later tonight, we've got Jimmy Ramiro, Robert Stokes, and the Escapers coming in.
Okay.
We also, probably tomorrow, because it's a dark day, we'll have Anthony Cools.
Okay.
So we've got some stuff. We got some.
Well,
We got Zoe Bowie that's planning on coming in, and we've got the Midnight Pajama Jam happening on Thursday.
what's the when's the scheduled end time? Started yesterday at 6?
Friday 10 p.m.
Friday 10 p.m. and that's the balloon drop.
That is.
I see all the balloons are.
Yeah.
That's the whole balloon drop.
We had a balloon drop on the last one.
Well, we'll have to get that rigged up.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hiding up there.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're in those little holes.
Yes. Well, that sounds exciting. What else we got planned? We got anything? What's going on? What are we doing here now? What's our plan?
We just we're
Sitting
doing
in
some
bullshit?
music, and we're talking weird news stories right now.
There's a couple weird news stories going on.
Right, like this one I've got for you. You might have heard about it. I don't know. We can find out. We can play along. It's about American Airlines.
Okay.
They've been in the news a lot with animals and support pets. You'll be glad to know that American Airlines is making it very clear insects, goats, hedgehogs cannot be brought on planes as emotional support animals. The airline revised its guidelines on Monday for comfort animals on flights. Those who want to bring such an animal on board now have to file paperwork 48 hours before a flight, and there are new restrictions on which type of animals are permitted. We support the right, because not everything can be a support animal. Like, this is my pet tarantula. He's my support animal.
Let
Well,
me
he's
tell you
making
something.
everybody else tits.
Let me tell you something right now, not to cut in on you, but just before it gets away from me. We were at this sushi restaurant, and this dude brings in his service dog, right? Now, you know me. I love dogs. I have dogs. I've always had a dog. But this dude's service dog was a fucking Great Dane. Okay? It was a full-size Great Dane. And when you're sitting down in these chairs, this dude's head is eye level or higher than some of the people eating at the sushi bar. And it's just walking around, its tail's hitting people in the back of the heads and shit. And he's just got this service dog vest on it like, oh, it's cool, it's my fucking service dog. It's a little bit obnoxious, and they couldn't do shit about it.
Well, American Airlines is now saying we support the rights of customers, from veterans to people with disabilities, with legitimate needs for trained service or support animal. American Airlines said in a press release, unfortunately, untrained animals can lead to safety issues for our team, our customers, and working dogs on board of our aircraft. Emotional support animals provide comfort to those suffering from emotional or physical conditions such as anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. They're typically allowed to fly on planes for free if they meet certain requirements. The use of such animals on flights have ballooned in recent years. American Airlines said that between 2016 and 2017, the number of customers transporting service or support animals aboard their plane rose by more than 40%. Now the airline has decided to crack down.
I think a lot of people took advantage of that.
Air travel's overrated. Let's just start with that. Okay? If
It
you're
is
still using a
fast.
plane in 2018, you're behind the times, all right?
Teleportation's the way to go.
It's the only way to go. Okay?
Well, I agree that they're not everything can be a support pet.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like the lady that tried to bring the ostrich on the plane.
There was, what was a peacock.
Yeah, it was a peacock.
Can you imagine a fucking peacock on the plane? What about you? You ever fly with that tortoise you got running around out there?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't need to go anywhere.
Why not?
Well,
How do you know?
I love that you're fixated on that so much.
Don't just assume
You
he
say
doesn't
that you're
need
not.
to be
You
somewhere.
say that you're not bothered by it, but yet you haven't stopped talking about it since you got here.
True. I'll let it go. Tortoise. Tortoise.
It's pretty cool. Tank.
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 Is that his name?
Tank.
Tank. Okay. That makes him a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Now that I know his name is
rugged
Tank. Yeah, I thought his name was gonna be like Wilfred or something.
Well, speaking of turtles, there's one in the news.
In Florida.
In Pittsburgh.
Just as we let it go.
May
Bring
and
it back.
May and June is the time of year that female snapping turtles emerge from nearby waterways, like Sawmill Run, to lay their eggs. While this is common, we don't see snapping turtles too often. However, a snapping turtle has been hanging out on the Belford Court in Gibsonia. Said my wife called me in a panic. She said there's something big out in the yard. I think it's a turtle. The turtle eventually made its way to a nearby tree where it sat for several hours on Monday evening. I felt happy that the turtle was in my backyard. It was actually kind of cute. Cute or not, this kind of turtle can be very dangerous. A snapping turtle's neck can reach well up to halfway its shell, so most people will pick up a turtle from its sides. Not in this case. They can turn from side to side. This is the only one spotted so far, but they are animal wildlife is, of course, urging people to let you know snapping turtles, they fucking hurt.
I've heard stories.
Yeah, they are very mean and very vicious.
So is the snapping turtle like native to this area?
No.
Okay.
But maybe over there because there's a lot of
So
water.
we've got snapping turtles and warthogs that aren't native to America. That
No, they're to America they are, but not in this area here in Nevada.
Oh,
They have to have a lot of water, snapping turtles.
okay.
They like that.
Will they survive if we just stock like meat with them? Would that be cruel?
Yeah, sure. A year-long probe into complaints about cupcakes being tainted with bodily fluids at the Gilbert School in Winchester has resulted in the arrest of 3 former students and a current student, police said on Monday. Police said they issued juvenile summonses to the suspects, who police declined to identify, charging them with being involved in a plot to commit a sex act and put bodily fluids into cupcakes at the high school last year. 2 male and 2 female suspects surrendered voluntarily nearly a year after the incident. Chief William Fitzgerald Jr. said Monday they were charged with 4th-degree sexual assault, conspiracy to commit 4th-degree sexual assault, and 2nd-degree breach of peace. All but 1 student were in college this year, and all were juveniles at the time of the crime. So there we go.
Now we know what bodily fluids they use. That reminds me of a story about this girl.
By the way, I have some cupcakes.
No, thank you. I'll pass. There reminds me of a story that I read. I think we talked about it on one of the Rock and Comedy Show episodes, where there was a girl who was getting teased a lot in school, and so what she did was she made a cake, and the frosting.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
In it, and she fed it to the other classmates.
Great. No one tasted poop. I mean, jizz you can get away with. You can mix it in with a little bit of...
Especially if you've been drinking some pineapple.
Yeah, but shit tastes like shit. I mean, there's no way to unshit that. I bailed out a guy one time.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it tastes like chicken.
I think they knew, but they got a couple mouthfuls in first, and most of the girls got sick. And
I bailed out a client that did this to a cop. He worked at a fast food place, and the only way the cop knew is because when the cop was eating, they asked him, "How's that spit taste?" And then there was a fat loogie in the dude's cheeseburger.
So you could have gotten away with it if you hadn't been posted.
Well, I think the way the cop described it was really bad. It made the news and everything. It was gross.
Yeah, but
It was disgusting.
I don't know.
What was it? What was the bell amount on something?
I think it was only like $3,000.
That's still pretty high. Just for the loogie and
it cost $500 to get out on that. So, but it made the news. We can look it up. It was a Henderson. I believe it was either Henderson or Boulder City, but it definitely made the news, and it was fucking gross. And the kid was so proud of it too. And he's like, he got fired from Burger King, and then he just went across the street and got hired at Dairy Queen. It was like it didn't affect him at all.
Maybe his followers will come over to Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
All his Twitter followers.
It was real and chill.
Real and chill.
Yeah.
The things the kids will do to get famous nowadays, to get popularity.
So, your new open mic has come and gone.
I believe it's come and gone. I'm going to meet with them this week. Maybe we could do like a once a month thing or something there, because it was a good for a first night.
So basically, what you're saying is Mario did so well, they just don't want to continue.
They're just now putting the roof back on.
I like that theory.
He blew the roof off.
I love that theory. As a matter of fact, I'm changing my theory.
Yeah.
To match that theory.
Yeah. So we had the open mic last Friday. It was a great turnout.
Awesome turnout. You had that place packed.
Yeah, I mean, it was like literally there was not a seat available, and I don't know, something went wrong. I don't know what it was, but they didn't really say they wanted to do it again this Friday, and they were pretty adamant about me picking up my equipment. So that's where we're at.
Get it out now.
Yeah, because I was just gonna kind of leave it in the corner over there. It folds up nice, the PA stacks up, and it's just a microphone and a stand, and. But I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe we can do it once a month or something.
I'm surprised more people didn't buy stuff because they had some great food specials.
Dude, they made good money.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
just didn't make as much as they wanted to.
I don't know what they could do. Honestly, I don't know what more they could have expected. You know, they weren't offering the full menu, so maybe if they offered the full menu, they'd have sold more.
Right. You can't make
And
that.
another
big
thing that
profit
they
with
weren't
fries.
doing was they didn't have like a. They should have had like a cocktail server or someone going around selling drinks. You know, like
Right.
because if someone comes to your table and like says, "Hey, would you like another beer?" You're probably going to say, "Yeah."
Right.
You know, hustling drinks. So, I mean, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm supposed to meet with them again today, so we'll see. Maybe they'll let us do once a month or maybe every other week or something.
Was it a good crowd? Was it, people digging it?
Dude, everybody, I got great reviews on it. I don't think anybody was unsatisfied. I mean, and we had a pretty good variety of acts. All different kinds of comics were there, and we even had one.
All different kinds.
Yeah, I mean, we had, we had what do we have? A human raccoon hybrid.
Yeah.
That showed his anus. We had to kick some rappers out. There were some rappers trying to get on stage. It was packed.
Wait, when was that?
Okay, so if you noticed in between, so that Kevin guy went first. I think you were second,
Right.
and Boss was third.
Right.
So in between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, I was a little bit off on like the hosting part
Okay.
because we were in the middle of like getting rid of those guys. There was a gap, and then to be dickheads, what they did was they crossed a few comics off. They crossed this dude named Vance off the list. They crossed this dude, that Tycoon character.
Yeah.
They crossed him off the list. And then they crossed off this other comedian named Garrett Hall. So when I went to get their names up, they were crossed off. That's why they kind of all went towards the end. Because I figured I had the last 4 comics on the list. And I was like, wait a minute. That guy didn't go. That guy didn't go. And I know Garrett. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even have his name here. And he didn't go. And then I went to look at the list. And the judges were like, oh no, he crossed himself off. And I was like, so I went over and asked, I was like, why'd you cross yourself off if you're still here?
Right.
Why are you here if you crossed yourself? And he was like, I didn't cross myself. And then we figured out that those rap, because they were also crossed off their names. And I was like, oh, what a bunch of pieces of shit.
Douchebags.
Yeah. Because they were like, oh, well, here's my CD. And I was like, what the fuck do I need your CD for? And then the other guy gave me a CD. I was like, wait a minute.
It's not that kind of open mic.
And then I looked at their names, and one dude was like Soldier, and the other dude was like some other name, and I was like, wait a minute. You guys are rappers. The mic is closed.
I don't want to judge or anything, but all the numbers are adding up. You're definitely a rapper.
There was like a little group of them, and it was kind of funny, and then they were kind of being a little riff-raffy, so it kind of threw me off.
Were they the ones who were hanging out by the door, on that area?
No, they were, when you kind of went towards the back,
Okay.
they took up one table, there was 5 of them.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, well, the flyer didn't say that. And I'm like, that's weird because I didn't advertise it.
It does say comedy open mic on it.
That, and I only advertise it to comedians, in comedy groups.
Right.
Maybe someone got, I don't know, maybe someone got a hold of the flyer and just thought it was because I know Money Plays will do whatever, and they'll put you it's like a bringer show,
Right.
and it's like, oh, you brought 10 people, you're first.
Right.
And you get 10 minutes. You're like, oh, shit. I've been here for 2 hours, but you're by yourself. You're not even going up. You're like, fuck.
Right.
Well, I'm really funny.
Well, I mean,
Obviously not, because nobody's here.
Yeah.
It's something else they could have asked before doing that. I'm sure, and plus if there weren't 40 comics there, then.
Yeah, and it was packed, and like I said, there was a lot of different styles of comedy were there. It was I thought it was a great show.
It was a good mix of everything.
And if you were a guest at the show who wasn't performing, you got a hell of a free show.
Right.
I mean, you can't get a free comedy show like that.
Not with that much variety.
Yeah, so it was a good turnout. So hopefully we'll be able to bring it back at some point at some level.
We are at 15 hours, 21 minutes, 52 seconds, everybody.
Excellent.
We are moving along nicely.
Well, I wanted to stick around to say what's up to Mikey, but I think I'm going to fall out, guys.
Let's get your opinion on this story first.
Okay, I can do that.
Because I know how you love the millennials.
So much.
I just found out I'm a millennial.
But you're one of the good ones.
Yeah.
How old are you?
36.
No, there's no way you're a millennial.
Yeah, they say it goes from 81 or 80 to.
No. You're part of another group that's It's like a micro generation. They reclassified it. Like millennials are like born in like the 90s, I think, like early to mid 90s. Like I forgot the name for the
Pussies.
well, I'm talking about the
Sissies.
Snowflakes. Anyway, we'll say this article is proudly sponsored by Spunk Lube because it is National Masturbation Month, everybody.
and it's involving millennials.
And it involves millennials.
Okay.
So you can hate on millennials all you want, but there's at least one area where they have the old guys beat. They may be lagging in social skills and have weaker handshakes, but millennials know how to get down with themselves. A recent survey found that 50% of people aged 18 to 24 masturbate weekly, which is apparently higher than any other age group. A sex toy company put the self-pleasure report together. It is the world's largest survey on masturbation. It uses data from 13,000 respondents aged 18 to 74 in 18 different countries. In addition to millennials, masturbation habits, the survey produced some interesting findings on solo sex worldwide. In America, 92% of men and 76% of women say they do it. In the UK, those numbers are 96 and 78%. And in Germany, they're 93 and 76%.
That they masturbate at all, or
That they masturbate.
okay.
Yeah.
What, do they put like a Fitbit on their wrist?
Well, they did the survey. I guess they went around and asked people. The
Just
survey
jerked off 72
says,
It's like a
what's
door counter.
what's holding us back, America? Masturbation has plenty of benefits, including boosting your mood, helping you last longer, and even preventing prostate cancer. As long as jerking off isn't interfering with your everyday life, you're free to do it as much as you want. And here at the Rock and Comedy Show, if you visit spunklube.com, order 2 bottles and mention our name, they'll give you 2 bottles free just for the month of May.
So you can masturbate all you want.
All you want. Though lots of people masturbate, many aren't so keen on talking about it with their partners. According to the survey, only 18% of respondents in the United States, 15% in the United Kingdom, and 11% in Germany feel it is important to talk about masturbation with people they are close with. So, that's...
I have a brother, and my brother claims he's never once jerked off.
Is he Mormon?
No.
I mean, I can believe that, but it's
Impossible. Imposterous.
well, it's. I think that masturbation is probably like heroin, where if you don't try it once, you're not really missing it.
Well, he'll be
But,
2 in December.
The moment you find
No, I'm kidding. He's older than me. He's 39.
Me too. According to the survey, 86% of men who've used sex toys say they improve their masturbation experience in the U.S. 53% of guys say they'd be open to using one on themselves. Sure, it's worth noting that these stats were put together by a sex toy company. But if you're looking for a gadget to spice up your next solo sesh, check out the link below. So there you go. Maybe we'll post the link, maybe we won't. There you go, millennials. Doing something right.
Is it more of a millennial thing or just the age group?
I think it has more to do with the lack of social skills. Like how are you?
Oh, crowd! I'm gonna go drink off.
Like right. Like
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
well, I mean, when you lack social skills that bad, that creates a lot of social anxiety. So rather than put themselves through that, they just they'll just go home and jerk off, you know. And nowadays, you got women who will cry rape just for asking for their numbers. So
Oh my goodness!
Of course
tell me about it. It's
of course, it's
ridiculous.
going to be you're going to have more people who are more guys, especially who are jerking off. You know, it's less hassle. Fuck, dude. Fuck the the who pays for the date. I'll pay for the damn date. I just don't want to fucking deal with the bullshit. You know, I'm happily taken, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Thank God. But like,
Yeah.
the dating scene is just.
You know what? And that's the thing too. Like I always I'm so happy like that I'm just married and out of that fucking loop.
Yeah.
Because like I see my friends like go out and talk to girls and I'm like, I couldn't even imagine. And it sounds weird, but like I couldn't even imagine like falling asleep with a stranger. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like just a strange female. Like just being. I just am so paranoid about people in this day and age that like I wouldn't even want to sleep. You know what I mean? Like fall asleep with a stranger like that in the room.
See, I see what the dating scene is like now, and you know when I was growing up, I wanted to be that dude who was like with tons of chicks, and now it's like I don't even know if I would even want to go through the trouble.
That's what I'm saying.
Of
It's
trying
ridiculous.
to get laid, but because I mean, the conversations I have with people are just like I feel dumber after it. It's like, you know what, this doesn't do anything for me. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that like I wouldn't fuck a dumb girl.
Yeah.
I totally would.
For sure.
But I mean, it's situation like that is more like, you know, it just kind of like it was there and it happened, you know. But like when you're trying to like spit game to a girl and she's like, "Day," you know, it's just like,
she's like taking fucking selfies and shit in the
Right.
middle of it.
At least make it a worthwhile conversation, so that if at some point I end up sticking my foot in my mouth, I at least got something out of it. You know what I mean?
What is conversation these
You
days?
know, I don't want her to accident. You know, while I'm having a conversation with her, she gets like an Instagram notification that ruins her evening, and I'm just like, I just talked to that dumb bitch
Yeah.
about glitter on her nails for 20 minutes.
Well, that's the problem too, though. When you're on a date with these people that are like these social media, you're basically on a date with them and their 536 friends.
Right, and the image that they believe that they have on Facebook, even though it's not usually similar to who they are in person.
I get these people, like when I bail someone out right away, I dig them up on social media, you know, just to see who they are.
They're gonna stab you.
And then I see them. I see it. I see the social media person, and then they come in the office, and I'm like, oh man, you know, pick one. Either be this or that.
What I usually do is when I run into somebody's online profile, I automatically assume that they're only doing about half as well as they portray.
Oh, I go 10%.
My page looks like I'm a fucking rock star. Bro.
Yeah, I go 10% for sure.
I mean, there's nothing on my page where I never embellish, I never lie about stuff like to me, but like.
You don't go to valets and like take pictures in front of cars.
No, dude. Like I'm not the type of dude who goes like hunting red carpet events and shit like that.
Yeah.
If somebody I know is going to one, or it happens to be close by, or I'm free and I'm bored, I'll go to something like that if I'm invited. But I'm not like the dude who's trying to like climb over the velvet rope and hey, look at me with so and so.
Oh, the selfie master.
Who's in your eyes the most famous person you've run into and gotten to like chill with?
Well, for me it was Tony Hawk.
Fuck yeah.
You know, but for other people, like there's other people I've like run into and hung out with.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me it was Tony Hawk, just because I was like a super Tony Hawk fan growing up.
Okay.
So, but like Tony Hawk, like meeting him and like just having like a fucking, it was like a group dinner, but he was like, we were definitely at dinner together.
Right.
You know, we had conversation together. And,
right. It wasn't just past the salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
You know, it was definitely, and he was like the only celebrity that I was like starstruck around.
Okay.
Granted, he was one of the first celebrities I did meet, but like I said, it was Tony Hawk for sure.
Did you skate?
Not really. I was not like I had a skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
I was always more like the fat kid in the skater group, and I hung out with a bunch of skaters.
Did better on downhills?
Did a lot better on downhills. I was more of a transportation skater than a trick skater. You know, I could skate from point A to B, and I would skate to keep up with the group. And then when my friends would skate at skate spots, I'd break off and go do some graffiti.
Nice.
So that was my niche with that. So
okay.
That's how I was involved in the scene.
So I just got a Facebook instant message from Michael Wheels Parisi. Said he'd love to come down. If you could bring a guest, I said bring as many as you like.
Oh,
and one of those guests better be Andrew Dice Clay.
Yes.
Right. Or an attractive female.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a sausage fest for the last 15 hours.
The last 15 hours, just sausage, whammering.
Well, let's not get carried. More like Vienna sausage.
Yeah. Oh, cocktail weenies.
Little cocktail weenies.
When's Wheels coming down? Book that shit, Jay.
He said sometime today.
Oh,
shit. Okay, well then I'm definitely gonna go take a nap right now so that I can like be present. I did 3 hours this morning.
Well, we're gonna play a couple more songs because normally at this time it's MG Kelly, the American hit list that we've what do you say? Stole his playlist today. Commandeered his playlist today.
Yeah.
And we've got some more music. Here's another one you would have heard from him today.
See you guys in a few.
Little Blue Image with Ride, Captain Ride. It is Rockin' Comedy Show's 100-hour episode.
100-hour episode marathon. Hello? Oh, that's what I thought about James.
What's
going on?
You know what? It's probably Jen telling me that she's here. Hello,
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm so tired.
Okay, wonderful. Are you doing work already?
Alright. Alright.
Always come by in a few minutes.
Who is?
Wheels.
Wheels, fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Tell there's a fucking turtle walking around.
He fucking knows.
Dude, you gotta fucking disclaimer the turtle!
Why is it a thing? Why do I gotta do that?
Good fucking.
You know when Wheels gets here, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm ready, bro.
You know that. It's such a good song. Such a killer song.
Talking to the sheriff on Facebook. Or the new sheriff, if he wins. Tim Bedwell. Trying to overthrow this Joe Lombardo character. Mario's not going to want to sleep.
It's tough. I told him when we did it 3 years ago, the first day, the reason I fucked up was I did 18 hours just like he did.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to miss anything. You know? And I get it.
Wheels is on his way, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Sleep or not?
He's like, I'm leaving my house in Cumberland right now. Let's get these set up so he's ready to go.
You can have sit right there.
Or here, or he's bringing a guest. We gotta make sure we have something.
I'll take a shit now. So, this is the first time I've had to do this fucking show and schedule my shit.
I got fucking Tim Bedwell running for sheriff.
Okay.
Asking for my fucking endorsement. How crazy is that?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's nice. Dude, love the shirt. I just realized.
Oh, nice. My uncle was a pilot.
When I was a kid, like the SR-71, I had a big giant poster, but I thought it was the coolest thing in the fucking world.
My uncle was one of the last guys to actually fly that SR-71. Yeah.
That's rad. That's
maybe we can get him on the show one day.
just call all in.
You know, just he's got some like crazy Nevada history, dude.
That would be great.
Crazy
That was
Nevada
great.
history.
Oh yeah.
Him and all his boys worked out at the test site. They know a lot of shit, dude. It's a crazy world out there.
Oh, I bet. I bet there's a bunch of shit we'll never know.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh yeah, we got those when we did it.
You know, like this age, you gotta be so PC with everything you say. Like I almost just, if you have a graphics guy, have them make something up for the cover photo. But you have to delete that and say, if you have a graphics person, you know what I mean?
Tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Somebody calls you and answer quite slowly, and now with the light is
I always like this song too. Pretty cool.
Everyone smiles as you look past the flowers. It grows so incredibly nice.